Life is a series of choices. Take charge and choose the direction of your life. I always talk about choice. You may ask, why? Because choice is the key to everything. It's the invisible force that drives where you are, what you're doing, and how you are feeling. Choice shapes your path. It determines your results and ultimately molds who you are. It's what separates the driven from the defeated, the fulfilled from the frustrated. Many of us move through life without really noticing the power of choice. Yet, if we take charge, it's the greatest tool we have to create change and go in the direction of the life that we desire. So what kind of choices do we have? Choice isn't just about the big life-changing decisions. It's also about every little thing that we do too. It's all about our thoughts. It's about our beliefs and our actions, and even our attitudes. We choose how we react to challenges. We choose how we spend our time and how we approach people, and even how we see ourselves. Some spiritualists also believe that we choose our families before we're born, and we choose the challenges we will face in this life. And whether you believe that or not, you can't deny that we are all responsible for our own choices over our thoughts, our attitudes, and our behaviours. And it is these choices that are the bricks that pave the path of our lives. So even when we refuse to choose anything, we're still making a choice. Choosing not to act is also a decision, and it's the one that impacts our life just as much as any other. So when we let go of control and let others make the decisions for us, we're actually choosing to surrender our power. Every choice or non-choice directs our life, and every choice has an outcome. You're either choosing to grow and improve or to stay where you are. It's your life and it's your choice. You can use choice to change your life. You don't have to stay stuck. So, how do you use choice to create the life you truly want? First, you have to be clear. You need to choose to change. Not just hope for change or wish for it, you have to commit. You've got to embrace choice. There's no room for procrastination or half-hearted decisions here. If you want real change, you must choose it and then follow through with actions. Every time. Here's a tip. Make each choice as though it were a non-negotiable. When you're truly committed to change, there's no maybe or I'll try. It's all in. You choose to leave procrastination behind. You choose to act. You choose to stick to your decisions, even when it feels uncomfortable. Choice can be very uncomfortable. Real change isn't easy, and the choices that bring it about often are uncomfortable. Growth stretches us. It's unfamiliar, and that can be unsettling. But here's the thing. Discomfort is where the magic happens. If you're choosing to avoid discomfort, you're choosing to stay the same. When you choose to lean into it, you open the doors to new possibilities. Growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. If you're always doing what you've always done, you'll always get the same results. But when you choose discomfort, when you step out, make the tough decisions and challenge yourself, you get different results. You grow. You become the person you want to be. Now let's look at the chocolate brownie path. It's about choice and focus. Here's a fun way to look at it. Imagine you're craving that big chocolate brownie. Oh, you can practically taste it, and you decide that's what you're going to make. You gather your ingredients but realise halfway through that you don't have the cocoa powder, which is what you need to make it that chocolatey flavour that you are really craving. Instead of heading to the store to buy the cocoa powder, you decide to wing it with what you've got, even though it's going to end up being a vanilla cake. Guess what? The choices you've made by not going to the store means that you'll end up with the vanilla cake and not the chocolate brownie that you wanted and craved so much. The choice here wasn't just to make a brownie, it was to follow through with the right ingredients and actions to get the results that you really wanted. Often we decide to change but don't commit to the choices and the actions that are needed. And just like the brownie, if you're not fully invested in the ingredients or the actions to go to the store, then you won't get the results that you're really after. If we're disappointed, then we can only be disappointed with ourselves for not following through with the correct actions. It wasn't anyone else's fault or the fault of fate, but our own. Sometimes we just need to ask for help with our choices. Some of the biggest shifts in my life have happened when I've asked for help and worked with a coach. I've had different coaches at different stages in my life, each bringing something unique to the table. I've found that having a coach skyrockets my results because I choose to listen, I choose to act, and I choose to stay coachable, and I am accountable to them. A coach doesn't make the choices for you, they guide you, challenge you, and help you see things differently. But the real work, the change, comes when you make the choice to follow through with the actions that are needed to make the changes, or go for the goals. If you feel stuck, work with a coach, a mentor, a counsellor, or even a friend who can give you the clarity and also the accountability that you need to make the things happen. But remember, the change starts with you. You have to make the choice every step of the way. You can just be in the power of those small little choices. Not all choices have to be life-altering to make a difference. Sometimes it's the small things, or the steps or the choices that we make that add up and create big change and benefits us long term. Each choice, no matter how small, moves you closer to or further away from the life you want. So choose carefully. Do you remember the old saying that 1 degree of deviation when you're going to the moon will take you totally off course and you'll end up amongst the stars? And that is okay if you really don't want to go to the moon and you were happy to end up amongst the stars. But if you were hell-bent on getting to the moon, it would be very disappointing not getting there. So maybe you're choosing to declutter your space, which clears your mind. Maybe it's choosing to stick to a schedule, which boosts your productivity. If you're constantly living in chaos and mess, then choosing to declutter your space could mean clearing your mind. But first, you might need to choose to stick to a schedule to fit the task in. Choosing to organise your home or office might seem like such a small thing, but it could free your mind and mental space by being able to find things quickly, to make your workday smoother, and the satisfaction that comes from taking control, even in these small ways, is empowering. So choose to be your best self. Here's the beauty of choice. It's a tool that you can use to shape every single part of your life. Do you want to be more productive? Choose to be more organised and intentional with your time. Do you want to feel more positive? Choose to focus on the good, no matter how small it is. Every day we have a choice in how we show up for ourselves and for others. And over time, these choices shape us into who we want to be. So consider getting help from others if you're ready for a big shift. So whether it's a coach, a mentor, a counsellor, or a close friend, sometimes an outside perspective helps us make choices we wouldn't otherwise see. And remember, no matter how small the change, each positive choice builds on itself, leading to a greater transformation. And every day starts with a choice. Each morning you make micro choices most of you are unaware of, such as which side of the bed are you going to get out from? Or are you going to put on your slippers or socks first? Or are you going to get out of bed with energy or let procrastination hold you back? Are you going to approach the day with enthusiasm or simply go through the motions? Do you want breakfast? Will it be cereal or toast? I want to ask you, what attitude have you chosen to have today, and will that affect your mood for the whole day? The choices you make, no matter how big or small, all shape your life, and each day we can choose to move closer to the life we truly want by making better choices. So many of the choices that we make are micro choices, and we're totally unaware that we have even made the choice at all. But what we choose to think, feel, and do in those fleeting nanoseconds can have a profound effect on our day and life in general. Think of it this way: life is like a set of scales. Every choice, every action adds a little weight to one side or to the other side. The more choices that you make that align with the life that you want, the easier it becomes to tip the scales in your favour. So, what do you really want? And what will you choose to be, do, and think today? Will you stay comfortable, or will you choose to take a step into the uncomfortable towards the life that you truly want? Some key choices to consider. To help guide you, here are a few areas where making a powerful choice can create real change. Attitude. Choose to approach challenges with a positive mindset. Your goals. Set clear goals and choose to pursue them with commitment. Your habits. Choose to build habits that support your vision for a better life. Your relationships. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and inspire you. Oh, now your health. You need to prioritize your physical and mental health with intentional choices. What will you choose? Will you choose to do anything differently? Life doesn't just happen. We create it through the choices that we make. Rich or poor, tidy or messy, fulfilled or frustrated, the choice is always ours. Will you choose to do the work, lean into discomfort and embrace change? Or will you stay in your comfort zone, accepting the same results you've always had by choosing to do nothing to change your situation? Remember, every choice you make sets the course of your life. So ask yourself, what do I want? And then choose your actions accordingly. Remember, every morning is a fresh start, and with each new day, you have the power to make choices that bring you closer to your best life.